So they can, okay, what am I saying? What was I saying? I don't know where I got off track there. Hey, welcome back to the show. I am the Star Wars Daddy. It is episode 24 of eBay Star Wars listings, where we go over all the items that just ended on my eBay account. Here is the account right down here. We'll see a little picture here so you can find me. The link is also in the descriptions down below, and you can find me there as well. 1,200 followers. I've sold, I think, 22,000 items now on eBay that are all vintage Star Wars items. So you know you're coming to the right guy. And today we had 38 items go out, so it wasn't a big week overall as the volume, but they went for $1,525, which is an average of $40 per figure, which is incredible. It really is incredible. And I'm typically, if you've just tuning into this series that I have, I'm trying to stick around $30 per figure is where I want to be at a minimum. That means that I'm making money. And that money, let's be honest here, people. This is not a business that I have that makes me tons of money. It does not. The real joy that I get from this show and from my eBay is helping collectors finish up their collections to bring them the Star Wars items that they're trying to find. And now that I've created this YouTube account, I get messages all the time of people who are so grateful. They're so thrilled that they're going to get a shout out on this video, that they're getting this one item that they need. And that is why I do what I do. Now, I do make a little bit of money, but most of that just goes right back into the business or goes right back into my collection. So it all just kind of evens out, but it is a way that I have been able to get my collection to be as big as it is from this eBay stuff that I do. And I have to admit that just from this week's sales of an average of $40 per figure, it seems like over the last few weeks or so, the prices are going up. And I don't know if you guys have seen that as well, that the market seems to be kind of bouncing back from the little lag that it's had for about 6 months. And man, I sure hope so. I've watched John, the action figure grader. He's right here. Links are down below. And on his daily eBay stuff, it seems like that prices are still staying high for a lot of items. And we're starting to see a lot of items being posted and they're selling. So that's a good sign going into the summer that maybe we'll have a real positive summer as far as the sales and Star Wars items still increasing in prices and going up with the market. That would be awesome. Some videos you might not have seen. The Tokyo Toy Hunt just came out. Links are down below. Here's the thumbnail. Make sure you go check that video out. We find some Takara items, some Meccano items, some Keshi items, some Kubrick items that are all, Japanese released items. And I bring some of them home. We're going to send them off to be graded. You got to check the video out because if you're ever going to go to Tokyo, you're going to want to see the place that we went because it has some of the most amazing items you'll probably ever see in person. The Indonesia Toy Hunt video. Thumbnail. Link down below. That's also out. Make sure to check that out. We find some hand-painted bootlegs and some other items, and I sweat my brains out, so you got to check that video out as well. Upcoming videos. In case you're wondering, the first thing you're going to want to do before we talk about that, you're going to want to hit the like button right here, the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of these videos I'm about to tell you about. We have a CAS unboxing that's going to happen. I think it's going to come out next Sunday or this Sunday because this is coming out on Wednesday, so it'll be Sunday. It's coming out. There's like 27 items that come in, and we're not talking about your regular Kenner, usual figures that everybody's used to. We're talking about Lettys, bootlegs, foreign variants, all kinds of crazy stuff. You're going to want to check out that video. We also have usually I have a series going right now that's about every month We take a look at all the items I've added to my collection, things that haven't shown up in any of the other videos, and we take a look at what all those items are, and we have a stack to go through, and those are going to blow your mind. Also, a couple things. I know I've been talking forever. Got to mention a couple of things. My buddy Anthony, okay? Anthony, who actually did some electrical work in my house that was built a year and a half ago that I live in here, that you see here right now. We'll just say all the electrical works, okay? We'll just say it went through flawlessly. But he had a family member find a bunch of vintage Star Wars items, a lot of first 12 type figures, and he rang me up, brought them over. I made him an offer. And these items, we got the Princess Leia Organa. We've got a Farm Boy Luke Skywalker, a Darth Vader, a R2-D2, and a couple of other figures. Those are from that collection I purchased from him in person. I really appreciate it, man. And guess what? He watches me in the shower. So if you watch the Phantom Menace video that I did here, he's now watching me in the shower while he's in the shower. Another feature that I am adding to my videos is going to be the Daddy of the Week. And that can be a male or female. It doesn't matter. You can be a daddy, and you're going to be a daddy. How do you be a daddy? You're going to be a daddy, but for the person that spent the most money every week will be listed in the bottom corner as the Daddy of the Week with the amount of money that they spent, showing that they're the number one buyer of the week. And so if you want to be that, you got to spend some money. But there's also weeks that happen where there's a lot of items that people only purchase one or two items. And so if you purchase a few items, you might be that daddy. So you'll see someone's name now from these videos going forward. You're going to see someone's name in this bottom corner through the entire video. That's your giant shout out for being the number one buyer. But enough of all this housekeeping and gibberish and me talking for almost 6 minutes. Let's get into these sales. And just real quick, I forgot to mention, if you want to see what is up on eBay for this week that will end this Sunday, make sure to stick around to the end of the video on my little outro video that I do. There'll be a short that I've made, and you'll be able to see all the eBay items as they scroll through real quick. If you don't want to just go scroll through eBay, either way, but that is coming up at the end. Our first buyer is a repeat buyer. Mark from Colorado picked up my Chewbacca, and this is a pretty nice condition Chewbacca and complete, $26. Tracy's a repeat buyer out of Tennessee, picked up 3 items from me this evening. Got that Bosk complete in pretty good condition for $12.51. A Bestman security guard complete in pretty nice condition, $14.02. And a C-3PO in pretty nice condition, could still stand even though it had loose limbs, for $19.50. Tony is a new buyer out of Ohio, picked up my R2-D2, was in pretty nice condition, some yellowing to the sticker, but overall not a bad R2, for $20.50. Kelly and Mark out of Maryland picked up a couple items from me, and they're excited to get them and get a shout out, which is what you're getting right now with the Star Wars Daddy. Appreciate all the business. We got a Dengar. No one cares about a Dengar, but you guys do. And this was a pretty nice one. Is near mint condition and complete for $15.50. I wish more people cared more about... Wait, did I say Lobot? I said Dengar? Okay, I wish more people cared about Lobot and Dengar. And we've got a Tauntaun, the open belly version. Was missing the reins, but still in really nice condition for $22.09. Thanks, guys. Mike is a new buyer out of Georgia. Picked up my Luke Skywalker, Stormtrooper disguise, Power of the Force, last 17 figure. Unfortunately, this guy had a broken arm that someone had tried to glue, and I double-checked that glue job, and the arm snapped right off, but it was definitely had been glued. And kept the price down for sure. Went for $67.66. Bummer on that, but I think I have another one coming up here in maybe a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that one. And I think it's going to be complete, even with the solid black blaster. Yeah, don't hold your breath, though. I am pretty sure, though, there's a collection that has that coming. Hey, stupid, do a feature on a Manaman. Ooh.
Right. Are you all right?
Fine. Together again, huh?
Peter is a new buyer out of Wisconsin, and he just picked up the feature of who we just saw, a Manaman. Was in pretty nice condition, missing that staff, unfortunately, but still went for an amazing price, $140.50. Awesome. Ray is a repeat buyer out of Pennsylvania, picked up my split visor Hoth Stormtrooper, which was missing the skirt, but in really nice condition for $11.50. Dan is a repeat buyer out of Tennessee, picked up my Zuckus that had the circles on the back of the knees and on the back of the ankles, the heels area, and that was complete in pretty nice condition for $18.25. Portland Love, don't even tell me you're out of Portland. Don't even tell me. His name is Portland Love. It's got to be. No, he's out of Arizona. Sean, who is our daddy of the week. You've seen his name up here like, what is this? Even though I announced it at the very beginning. But he's getting a permanent shout out for the video because he's number one as far as who spent the most money with me this week. It's a new thing I'm doing. I'm trying to add new features and more fun to these videos. And but there he is. And here are all of his items. And I've got to say, it looks like he loves Portland, because that is in his username in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to say it exactly, but I appreciate it. I am here from Portland, so my guess is that you've been relocated down to Arizona, but I got to admit, you probably have better weather down there in Arizona than we have up here. And what did he get? He got that Lobot, and Lobot is jacked back up in prices. That's what I'm saying in the beginning. Prices seem to be rising. Lobot last week went for $23.50. This week he goes for $19.95. We've got a Hoth Han Solo for $16.51. A low gray was complete, near mint condition, $24. A squid head, complete, near mint condition, went for $42.76. We got that solid visor, Hoth Stormtrooper, complete with a skirt and everything. Really nice condition, $36.51. And Nikto Skiff Guard was complete in near mint condition, went for $35.89. We have a prune face, which was a no COO, obviously, because that's the only way he comes. Was complete, nice condition, $42. We've got a Lando Skiff Guard complete, Hong Kong COO, $23.50, and a Leia Bespin, just missing that blaster, but in awesome condition, $16.09. Sean, thanks, my man. You are the permanent shout out of the video, the daddy of the week. Awesome. Oh, and you're the first one. Yeah, see, I'm always thinking. I'm always coming up with $1 million ideas. Glenn is a repeat buyer out of California, picked up an incredible item. It is a Darth Vader. And it is the Hong Kong COO. The hilt on the saber, which had the tip, had 3 dots on it. And this figure is mint. There is not a single thing wrong with this figure. Beautiful condition. $76.51. Nate is a repeat buyer from Maryland. Picked up one of my Buy It Now items, which was a Dengar Black Series 6-inch figure, mint on card from 2012, made by Hasbro. And this has been sitting on there for, I think, 6 months or so at least. And it was only for $13.50. So after shipping and eBay fees, this is a minimal profit for me. Joe, a repeat buyer out of Ohio, picked up 2 awesome items from me. Got my farm boy, Luke Skywalker, missing the tip, unfortunately, but had a KK on the hilt. And that went for $56, which is awesome. And a Princess Leia Organa, no tears in the cape. The correct blaster, near mint condition, $107.50. Jay is a new buyer out of New Hampshire. I don't think it's actually pronounced New Hampshire. I think it's Hampshire. My bad on that. But picked up my Emperor complete near mint condition, and that went for $22.72. William is a repeat buyer out of Pennsylvania. Picked up 3 items from me this evening. Got that Weequay, the no COO version, near mint condition, $20.50. And Admiral Akbar, a Hong Kong COO, complete near mint condition, $22.22. And a Lando Calrissian, near mint condition, complete, just wants to hover around $15 or less, but went for $15.50. Nobody wants a Lando. Or everybody already has a Lando. That's probably the issue. Wes is a repeat buyer out of Kentucky. Picked up my Yoda of the week. This guy was just missing his cane, but in really nice condition. Actually, a near mint condition. Went for $41. Kevin is a repeat buyer out of Massachusetts. Picked up my Anakin Skywalker Last 17, Power of the Force, near mint condition for $40.39. And a Rebel Commander complete was a short pour. So in his hand, it was more like this, but it wasn't cut off. You could see that the mold just did not get through to his fingers. So obscure item, doesn't happen too often, but there are short pours that are out there. Went for $24.50. Eric, repeat buyer, Texas, IG-88, complete, mint condition. This IG-88 is awesome. If you're setting it off for grading, you're going to get a very high grade, this is kind of a more difficult figure because that bandolier usually is losing some paint, or there's a bow to the legs. There's always some issues kind of with the IG-88. But this one is awesome. Went for $28. It's a steal. You got a deal of the week. Connor's a repeat buyer out of North Carolina. Picked up 2 items from me. Got that Rebel Soldier complete in pretty nice condition for $13.50. And a Nien Nunb Hong Kong COO complete, $21.05. Dean is a repeat buyer out of Virginia. Picked up my Bestman Security Guard, the second version. And that is in near mint condition complete for $25.99. William is a repeat buyer out of Florida. Picked up my Leia Bouche complete, the Taiwan version in near mint condition for $50. Evan is a repeat buyer. Picked up my Darth Vader TIE. Well, that's weird. I just now noticed I put TIE Interceptor. Obviously, it's not the Interceptor. It is the Darth Vader TIE Fighter. So that is, I copied something over from a previous listing and didn't spell it right. But obviously, you look at it and you know it's just a TIE Fighter. There's no Darth Vader TIE Interceptor. But this one had some glue that was on it. I struggled to try to repair it and get the glue off so that the pieces would go in there. But it's all disclosed, pictures of everything. The lights did work, so the electronics are clean. I didn't open it up and get the motor spinning, but that's something that somebody can do, like Evan. Evan, you can do that. And that went for $41, which is kind of what I expected. I listed it for $40, hoping that someone would purchase it with the known issues. But Evan picked it up, and hopefully he can get this thing in nice operating condition. And just some honorable mentions here. We just have 2 items that haven't been paid for as of the moment that I'm making this video. We got Dan, who's a repeat buyer, buys from me all the time. Picked up my Ewoks cartoon Logray, who was complete with the staff. Went for $138.06. And a new buyer, Robert, picked up an item that I keep putting up every week, and nobody's been purchasing it. I keep lowering the price. These were selling for $100 here a few months ago. And for whatever reason, I cannot get a Hoth Imperial attack base playset that's complete in super clean condition and working in every way, shape, and form to sell. Finally, one sold for $60 with free shipping. And that's it. Okay, that's it. We did it. We had 38 items. Actually, it ended up being 39 because I forgot about that Black Series Dengar. But we'll just say it's 38 because that's what I'm running the numbers off of eBay for $1,525. Awesome. That was an average of $40 per figure. This is the highest it's been in a long time. And I can tell you, let's watch right now the short of all the items that are up for sale right now. We have 60-some items up for sale right now. Tons of amazing items. in great condition. You've got to check it out. We've got some vehicles. We've got some play sets. We've got a little bit of everything. And it's going to be a massive week next week for number 25, episode 25. It's going to be a big week. I appreciate all of the support, all the comments. If I missed you on a shout out when you reached out to me, just send me another one. I try to write them down so I remember them and I can give, everybody their dues. And let's make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. That shows me the support, and that's a shout out that you can give to me. And that helps bring all these other people that maybe haven't found me yet, that maybe they're over at 5 Idiots Talking Toys. They're over with John, the action figure grader. They're watching the Toy Federation maybe. And if you like my videos here, those people, it might be a recommendation for them to come over and say, hey, you like the Toy Federation? Maybe you'll like the Star Wars Daddy, and they'll come over and give me a chance. But I really appreciate all the support you guys do give me. And I think you know what's going to happen next. Until the next time, who's your daddy? This figure's been sitting on for what? It's been sitting on here for is a repeat. Start over, you idiot. So again, I don't know. Stop. Start over.